once you finish the waterproofing, you have to lay the drainage mat. This is about this is a PVC material drainage mat. Actually, now it's available in all the countries, in India, in Chennai, everywhere. This is the same procedure they are following. The thickness will fabric. Then above that, we put a sand mix. Then you put a soil so that the filter fabric will filters all the water, so that clean water will go and drain below the filter fabric and pass through the drainage mat, and it goes to the drain point. So this is the key and very important procedure. And so this is the procedure. And the soil we had will filled up with soil. It's a garden earth. It's a terrace. You can't put a red soil or something, the clay soil or something else which will get choked. So we use a garden lightweight garden material. And the mixing ratio is as follows. As you see, red soil should be 30%. You should mix with the river sand, and the bottom of the soil 10%, cocoa peat 40%, vermiculite. It's a lightweight media. So there's a filling media. That's all. No, what to say? No nutrients is there. Just a filling media, vermiculite. Then you should add 10 to 15%, or that is up to us for adding decomposed organic manures like what I say, like vermi compost, that earthworm compost, or like cow dung or goat dung, whatever the locally available, well decomposed, because weight should be less. So it should be mixed thoroughly, and you should lift it up with a crane or whatever source of transportation. Then you have to fill it up. It's a bit tedious job, labor. So it should be carefully done. So after soiling, this is the finishing in the terrace. This is 7th floor terrace in the residential project. So you can see all the trees in the peripheries, lawn. You can see the tiling works. You can see the tensile fabric. So that first drawing I showed you. So this is the finished product. After you do the soiling, all the groundworks, everything, this is the finished products. All the trees, the ficus, the plumerias, you can see all the Eugenia oleanas in the periphery for a screening purpose. You can see terminalias. So this has to be lifted and planted carefully. Once a root ball should not get damaged. Once a tree got damaged, you can't replace it, because you have to park a crane, lifting, everything was be a problem once tenants or owners occupied the project. Okay, so planting is very, very important. So the varieties after finishing soiling, and these are the finishing things after you do the soil. So planting method. So after soiling, so this is a key part in actually useful for our agriculture or horticulture students. They have to learn everything. This is the scope where you can get a good job all over the world. So nowadays, the spiking market in the world. So planting method, actually, it's a selection of trees, transportation, shifting of trees, planting and anchoring of trees. This is utmost important. Then we can go with the shrubs, ground covers. That is the usual thing, can be done. So selection of trees, you should select like fibrous root system only, not the deep root systems like the avenue trees, like that. Likewise, a lot of trees in the other countries also. So local varieties should be used, whether it's a tropical or subtropical or a temperate, whichever is a climate it seems. So the selection should be weatherproof. Climate, actually, it should be what to say, like a storm or wind or cyclone. Because this planting should be happening anywhere in the terrace. It should be in a 5th floor or 50th floor, might be in a 100th floor. So the air and the wind should be passed through the branches and should not be heavily branched, heavy dense leaf structures should not be planted. So these are the, so for selection of trees, I took some images to show you it's happening in India. These nurseries are huge nurseries we have in Rajamundry in Andhra Pradesh. You guys has to go. Staff has to take them for a trip for education trip. There's a huge nurseries in Rajamundry, about 700, 500 acres, a lot of nursery. The whole town is a nursery. They're growing huge trees, 100 number of varieties. The way they handle the trees, how they load up the trees, how they spray chemical, everything they spray and they load up. The trees once will reach your site, it will be clean and neat. So these are the trees like terminalias, that bottle trees, Australian trees. So these like bamboos, erythrinas. So these sort of trees, palms. This is one of the nursery in Hyderabad. The name is Unique Trees. This owner actually is a passionate of trees. His nursery is about 200 acres in Hyderabad near the airport only. So you guys have to visit the nursery. You should have a get a very good exposure. He collects trees from all over the world. He transport trees from the container ship. He lifts the trees. He plants in his nursery. It's a huge nursery. You guys has to. I will arrange for a visit if anybody is interested. I know the owner is a very good person. You will get a very good knowledge if you visit his nursery. So the tree for you, it's this is one. You see this bougainvilleas. It's all 10, 15 years old bougainvillea. They train like you can see this. This is the multi-branch ficus. You can see the root balls. They are growing for these trees, especially for terrace. Lightweight. The roots are packed in about only 3 feet dia. So you can be easily shifted with a crane. The structure, the height is about more than 25, 30 feet height. So that you can give an excellent impact. The huge trees, if you plant in the terrace, it will be an extraordinary look you can give. So, but the selection of trees is very important. So these are the cranes you have to use for lifting the trees. The cranes, the mobile crane, two types of cranes are there. Mobile crane is there, tower crane is there. These type of cranes will goes up to 10 floors, about 30 meters. These we are using in Chennai. For abroad, in Chennai also, all the cities are having this crane construction of about 50-story buildings, 100-story buildings, the tower crane they use. So the tree weight we have to calculate and tell them accordingly. You can lift up the trees. These all can lift about 400 feet height, about 50-story, 100-story buildings. So these cranes can lift about 4 to 5 tons of weight of trees maximum. The 50-ton crane, this we are using in Chennai. So you can see the images. The lorry will come from Andhra Pradesh or where, whatever nursery. You can see all the big trees lying in the lorry. This is a residential project we done in Chennai, Kottuppuram, for a bungalow house. The crane was parked and the crane is hoisting the tree. You can see that this is a 50-ton crane. This tree is about half a ton weight. The palm tree, the foxtail palm, it can carry up to, this crane is about 25-ton crane, it seems, and it can carry about 2 tons of weight. You can see we are lifting to the 4th-story terrace of the bungalow. And this is this is what Alstonia species. Same weight of the tree. It's about a 10 years old tree, weighing about a 1 ton. So a tree that you should select actually for the terrace, you give an instant impact. Only the grown-up trees can be planted. So if you plant about a saplings or 1 year, 2 years old trees, it won't work it out in the terrace. That will work only in the ground floor. Terrace you do for instant garden or instant effect. So we'll give the trees about 10 years old, 15 years old, 10 feet above, 20 feet, 30 feet, huge trees will plant. So because we are designed accordingly, the civil structure works. So load calculations are given. So weight of the trees and size of the trees won't be a problem, won't be an issue. So this is anchoring of trees in the terrace. Whether it's be a 5th story or a 20th, 50th story, this is the procedure. You can see the soft cloth can be tied any gunny bags or any rubber materials without damaging the trunk. We can put it's a GI string rope actually. It's not a MS, it's a GI galvanized iron so that it won't get rusted. So these ropes can be tied around 3 or 4 ropes will be tied and anchored in the wall. The walls will be RCC wall. So this will be, the tightness can be adjusted. It's adjustable clamping system. It's a universal method of anchoring the trees. So usually we practice in Singapore and Australia. This is a method they practice. But bit expensive, tough work. So these are the projects we are doing in Chennai where I showed you the terrace landscape. This is the elevation of the buildings. This is the elevation project we did in Thiruvanmiyur. This is a fixed story terrace. So 20 apartments is there, and the terrace is about 3,500 square foot terrace. The huge terrace. You can see the terminalias, all the Pelicium species, Ficus panda, all the ground covers, the tiling impacts, the imported tiles. So this is the individual planters I showed you in the drawing. So all RCC planters were the plumeria, that new varieties, multi-branch. Once in the lightings will be very nice in the night. So this is another project terrace. Again, the huge foxtail palms are being planted with the ficus about 15 feet height ficus. This is that I showed you that grafted ficus. All these ficus, the cost of the trees, what we selected and we planting is about starts range from 5,000, 10,000. Whether these ficus I showed you in the images in Hyderabad cost you about 5, 10 lakhs until 15 lakhs a tree is cost. People are spending, and the celebrities are spending a lot of IT park. They are spending. They are doing a excellent terrace. See the night view in the terrace, the lighting, the aluminum panel with the flower. We have the laser cut panels in the terrace garden. So that it give a lot of restaurants, they are doing it now. You put a bar and restaurants where you spread some tables and chairs. It'd be excellent for a gathering of the residential projects, any functions, gatherings. It'd be awesome. So this is about the India projects in Chennai. Now I'm going to projects in Singapore, where 2, 3 projects I'm involved during the execution stage in when I was working in Singapore. My company name is Tropical Environment, and we did this project execution in Yishun. Is a project in North Singapore. So Kutekpo Hospital. It's a 700 bed hospital, and it's about a multi-story building. Got a various levels. We done a landscape. So initial design was done with our company boss. Actually, is a landscape architect. So the building was designed with the landscape architects. Then only civil architects like CPG and RPG, the most renowned architects in the world. So initial stage, landscape architects and horticulturists will get involved while designing the project. So this project is a hospital project. It's called it got a multi-awarded green hospital in the world. Actually, it got a world in Asia. It got a very big name, and it's a global green and healthy hospitals. All the levels, because there is a biophilic hospital where the patients will get cured instant, and actually mentally they will be healthy, and recovery percentage is high. They had, did a survey all over the world, and this hospital, that's why they given award because of the greenery. So all the levels where the outpatient areas, operation theaters, canteen, walkway, everything was integrated with the landscape. You can see that all the walkway, everywhere the patients will go, the wheelchairs, they can rest. All the patients can rest in the garden chairs over there. The excellent hospital. The hospital, you will feel like in the forest or in the big garden. It's called a biophilic design hospital. We got an award for this hospital, and our company also got an award. So one more project is also in Singapore. It was executed in 2004-5 in NTU, Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. This is an teaching facility, actually 7-story building. This building was also designed with the landscape architect. You can see all the terrace. They designed the first story, second level, all the levels you can, from inside the building, all the levels you can see the terrace. It's the world's largest terrace in 2005. The area of the green, only carpet grass we laid, and it's more than about 150,000 square foot of lawn. It's a huge terrace. You can see the images like see the slope will go for about 30 degrees, 45 degrees, so that you can see all over the each levels from the buildings like first floor, second floor. It's a 8-story building. It's a glazed building, so it's a weatherproof and temperature. Everything will come down. So you can view from all the levels of the buildings. Excellent project and it's also award-winning project. The world largest terrace in 2005. The management university in Singapore where multi-levels we have done. So all the base, what I told you earlier, the civil works, the load calculations, the drainage, Pakka drainage, these are the mantra, this is all the key formula. Wherever the world you go, this is the formula, this is the way we execute. Which level, all the levels we can do the landscape. This is a podium level, all the periphery of other level, level 2, 3, 4, self-climbing plants, planter boxes. So done in Singapore Management University. And this is iconic project, the Jewel City in Singapore. My recommendation, everybody has to go and see. Got a chance. So various level, the lightings will come. It's like a dome structure. It will allow lights. 100% light will come. The filtration they had selected. The structure was done by Japanese consultant and landscape architects, and everybody was from Singapore. So Singapore, they will spend more money in this sort of projects because they attract tourism country. It's a tourism country, and they, moreover, all the transit passengers in the airport, they will go inside. You can see the train passes. So it's a big shopping mall inside. There's a restaurant there. Shopping mall is there. Everything there. It's a huge area of about more than 1 million square foot. Now it's becoming a most attractive mall. It's iconic project in the world, it seems. You can see a big water feature. Everything was there. So all the procedures were same. Whatever we saw, same the terrace procedures. All the trees will be about more than 20 feet, 30 feet high trees. The planter boxes, all continuous planter boxes. So various level, the shrubs, ground covers, everything will be laid, erected. Erection maintenance is the toughest part. They like a spider thing. They have a rope and they will put a slings. They'll have a remote and they will go everywhere in the rope. Like a cable car, they will travel like a spider. The spider maintenance. The big team is there working behind the maintenance. It's the toughest part in terrace and green wall. Maintenance is the toughest part, but anyway, they are spending more money because it's a tourism country. So it attracts tourism. This is one of the project in Seattle, Amazon headquarters in Seattle, US. These guys, consultants, all from Singapore only. All, the IT park, where inside the building, lot of greeneries are there. All the meeting rooms, everything will be in the forest, like ambience. They will give a ambience and working ambience in the forest. The meeting rooms will be in the open, in between the trees. They are kept in this building, and they are allowing public to view this building weekly once or twice. So a lot of coffee shops, restaurants, play areas, everything will be in an open park, like a thing they created, and so multi-level. They have done a landscape. The internal also in the facade, everything, the glass, so the lighting will goes everywhere. Drainage is Pakka drainage system. What are the procedures? What we discussed, the same procedures below the trees, all the planters, everything. The iconic project. This is one of the project you might all known this Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. It's a 3 towers and the rooftop will be like a ship, full of landscape in that. This is the terrace. You can see it's about a 12,000 square meter is almost a 1 lakh square foot area in the terrace. A huge terrace and the 57th floor. So all that soil, trees, everything was lifted using a tower crane on the time of erection of construction stage itself. So this has happened in 2009-10. They opened this. This is a resort hotel with a casino. So Marina Bay Sands. So the swimming pool, you see the foxtail palms. Then behind that, a huge area of landscape is there. The happening place in Singapore. Marina Bay Sands, a casino, come hotel and resort. So these are the projects, iconic projects we had a look. Then coming to the terrace landscape, we have a lot of challenges and scope. Challenges actually, a lot of scientific challenges, engineering techniques that plays a major role. It's not a simple thing, finishing a building and doing a landscape. You have to plan everything in the initial stage. So everything is challenges only. Selection of trees, palms, transporting, carrying, lifting, everything you have to take to consideration. Of heavy wind and storm, everything you have to take care. You have to select the trees accordingly. I'll come to the costing. Actually, this sort of projects will only happen in huge promoters like IT parks, hospitals, commercial park, commercial government projects, huge. So they will only can spend based on the area square foot. For example, about 1 lakh square foot, or 10 lakh square foot, a million square foot. So whatever the cost, 10% will goes for a project cost, 10% minimum. Minimum for bare minimum 5% will go for a landscape cost, including civil works and softscape. So in this, if you got a 1 lakh square foot, the concession cost comes around 3,000 rupees in India. I'm talking about India. 1 lakh square foot into 3,000 rupees, the concession cost comes to 1 lakh into 30 crores. It comes around 30 crores. For that, about 10% you have to spend for terrace landscape. It's about 3 crore or minimum, bare minimum 1.5 crore, 5% you have to spend. So in square foot, if you calculate 150 to 200 rupees per square foot will come. So the increase in concession cost of it will be huge, but the benefits huge. You can sell the commercial buildings, you can sell the floor space, want to rent it out, whatever rate you fix, you can sell it out. The building in the hospitals, the clients will come, everything, because this is a green building, so they're happening in the world. So the commercial aspects increase the value of building, both selling and rental, added value in marketing, iconic landmark buildings you can create. So it creates a massive scope in horticulture related industry in future all over the world. So please explore. You have to try and explore. So I think I'm taking more time, it seems. So we'll wrap up with the vertical garden. So in the building, two types of vertical gardens are there. One is creating a self-climbing plants with creating a mesh. It climbs from the ground level. Simple method. In the ground level, you erect a structure, put a mesh. Mesh should be in a GI mesh with a PVC coated mesh. In that, you put a soil and put a climber, self-climbing plants like whatever variety suits the country or place, local varieties. You can use that. It's called self-climbing plants. Or method is a simple method. Another method is in elevated containers, whether that should be in the buildings, whether in the first floor or 10th floor, or inside the building or outside the building, the facade or open to the sky, anywhere. System, I'll show you in the images. Requirements. These are the basic requirements like plants, media, irrigation, selection of plants, local varieties, ferns, bromeliads, etc. So this is a method I told you, the GI chain link framed structure. Two methods actually in the ground level. For self-climbing plants, you should use GI chain link frame structure, PVC coated. It can grow up to 30 to 40 feet. The selection of variety should be very careful. Like in Chennai, we are using Tunbajias, but when it grows high, the lower level leaves will fall down. So we are using another varieties to cover the bottom most levels. So challenges are there in selection of varieties. This is one method. Then other in the buildings like framed structure, you do elevated plastic pots method is there. Recycle the planter bags, plastic bags, the pocketed system. Now they're manufacturing in China and they're exporting all over the world. Now in Singapore, they're using these techniques. So the drawing, I think couldn't see. I'll download. You can download it. This is this method is inside the building actually. Simply, I can tell you that this is you have to do an RC wall inside the building. Building height should be about 30 feet, and the width will be about 70 feet by width. So they have done a project in Chennai. For a green wall, actually, there is the wall RCC wall we need a RCC wall to erect the structure above the RCC wall. The structure like Z purlin, you can't read it now. Maybe you can later download and you can go through it. It's easily understandable once you read the drawings. So the horizontal lines are the Z purlins, the purlins. Then inside that, in the gaps, you will lay that planter media with the structure is there, PVC structure, 1 meter by 1 meter structure. We will lay the structure itself has the media inbuilt. Over that, you can do the plantings. So these are the technical things. So these are the erection of Z purlins, that planting frames, PVC frame with planter pockets, that all section details. It will be tough to understand, but you can download and you can. Maybe I'll send it the forum and you can download, and any clarifications I'll give you later. This is the thing. The indoor is RCC wall. In the wall, we do a framed structure. What I showed in the drawing. This drawing is for this project. Framed structure, and that the panels that above the framed structure will fix the panel. Panel means the PVC panel, 1 meter by 1 meter panel, built with the planter filling medias will be there in the panel, and later we'll do the plantings. So this is about a 2 years old project, and with that inbuilt the drainage system and the irrigation system, the lightings, everything was there. But it's open to sky above. It's a by wall. So that is inside the building. This is outside the building. This is the exterior. That is erected in RCC wall. This is erected in a structured framed section where will I section is the vertical I sections are placed. Then horizontal box section which are galvanized to avoid rusting should be galvanized. And you should erect. This project is in T Nagar, about 40 feet height. It reaches about 4-floor height, still plus 4 floors, and you can see the size of 80 feet width and 40 feet height. So the framed structure erection is a tough also. You have to do galvanizing, take care of corrosion, everything. And above that, we had imported this PVC recycled planter bags. Now you can the right side you can see the erection. You can see it's an anchoring system in the structure. So 1 meter by 1 meter that planter bags. So it's recycled bags, plastic bags. So all the drainage water will drain very easily. The 40 feet, the water will come to the ground level within a few seconds. It will reach. So drainage won't be an issue in this method comparing to the potted green wall method, potted PVC potted plants. So this is a planter bag method. And you can see the planter bags, the plastic bags actually, the pockets, or you can fill the media and do the plantings. So people are doing the planting work is going on. Need scaffolding. You see the height. This is after planting. You can see the size. So irrigation system was done. You can see the irrigation system with the drip irrigation and the mist. Actually, given a mist system. So to facade, clean the dust, dirt, everything. So here is all the varieties we chosen. It's a semi-shade area. Both the buildings, in between the buildings, there is a club, and for the aesthetic purpose, you cover the club and give a good look. In the building, they created a balconies to have a view. So selling point of view, we created this green wall. So this is the left image is one method, and the previous method, as I told you, from the ground level self-climbing plants with the framed structure, and you have to plant the selected varieties in the ground, and they will climb. This is a Tumbaja varieties. The chain link, the size of the green wall is about 160 feet length and 35 feet height. You can see in the ground level, the first floor level also, you can see near the palms, one green wall is there. So this is the simplest method, and the left side is the toughest method, expensive method also. So the cost will comes around a square feet. This also will take about 50 rupees per square feet. It will come usually square feet, and for this project, about size of 80 by 40, you can calculate. It comes about 10 to 15 lakhs you have to spend for the plants, green wall, structure, everything. So the media comes to the media. The horticulturists, you all know better than me. Actually, now nowadays what sort of medias. So I am given what we are using. The soilless media, organic media like peat, sphagnum, shredded barks, vermicompost. They're probably known better than me. So major key points you have to note in green wall is about irrigation, drainage, and lighting. Wherever the location, you have to select, you have to see the lighting using a lux meter. So the lux meter, you have to that whether inside the building or outside, you have to take the level. What is the current lighting situation? Then the light was very low. You can increase the light by giving an artificial lights. After the initial design, you have to do that. Then irrigation, drip irrigation, you can do mist the automated system. Irrigation, you can calculate average 2 to 3 liters per m square per day. You can calculate and based on the consumption, you can do automation of the system. So automatically you can nowadays the irrigation system and the lighting system can be done in your mobile phone anywhere from the you can the mobile phone itself you can operate the irrigation and lighting system in the green wall. So technology is known better than us. So mist system is added. Then it comes to drainage, the gravity, the water will come down and below bottom of the green wall you have to put a tray to collect all the drain and that can be recycled. Lightings. So then artificial lightings will give. Light is not enough. You have to give either in the bottom or center or on the top. So based on the lux level, and usually you see different types of plants. Tropical plants for interior living walls, drought hardy plants for exterior living walls, air filtering plants for pollution, vines, annuals and perennials. Mostly we won't use annuals, the green walls, the terrace also. Few case in the height, reachable height, we can use annuals. If somebody will ask for flowering plants. So anyway, costly maintenance. Native plants and invasive plants is recommended. So these are the varieties. I think you know better than us. So since you are studying now, I don't want to spend much time in selection of plants. These are you can Google it and see. So lighting requirements, as I told you, the sunlight delivers about so lighting. If you got a full light, maybe 100,000 lux based on semi-shade or sunlight. You have to measure using lux meter. For indoor plants will receive 300.
Sir, any issues, sir?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Continue, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible. You can proceed.
Okay. Is it audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please proceed.
Yeah. Thanks. So these are the iconic projects, and so in Singapore mostly what I was telling, they spend a lot of money in the maintenance more than erection. So maintenance is the toughest part. So, but anyway, they spend in airport. All they have a own government itself have a very big nursery in all the locations in Singapore airport. So they spend more money. So these are the iconic projects in aesthetic and economical benefits. Whatever all these are common points. Coverable. You can cover the walls, whether all the walls should be habitats for birds, beneficial insects. It attracts honeybees. Increase in foot traffic in the retail malls everywhere. Increase the real estate value. So once coming, this is a simple about not a broad view about I had given a simple view about a green wall, but there is a lot more things is there. But I had given a broad view in green wall also. So when coming to the conclusion, so these are the conclusions. When my conclusion is, so this you can read it. These are simple conclusions like utilizing the ground in urban metros. There is no space and you can utilize whether in a terrace or wall. So like ecological balance, reducing carbon footprint, these things are advantages. And my opinion is please all your students and your staff, as to encourage them to get exposed, take them to maybe in Chennai, Andhra Pradesh, take them to the nurseries near Pondicherry, near Marakanam. There is a big nursery maintained by a Singapore company. They are maintaining a big trees, how they are putting the bags, how they are shifting. So we are taking trees from Chennai itself. A lot of big nurseries are coming up. For a green wall, there is a good nursery in ECR, Chennai. You can have a any weekend trips also you can plan, and staffs can arrange that. Hyderabad, Rajamundri, you can get a very good exposure. Come to Chennai, you can get I can give you a very good exposure. Once you finish your course, try to get a job. Lot of scope in abroad, Dubai, Singapore. So this is a happening market in upcoming years. So this is my recommendation. Please get exposed, get exposure, travel. A lot of job opportunities in abroad. So they are giving mostly Singapore, Dubai. They are asking the wanted is there for MSc horticulturist, BSc. A lot of requirements are there. You can get experience. You can work for there a few years. Come here. A lot of job for erection maintenance. A lot of thing is there. This is my point of view. So it's a very good industry for both terrace and green wall. That's it, friends. Hope I have not bored you. I think it'd be a useful session for you. You guys who please make it as a vision and try to explore everything. Get exposed, explore, travel. But you have to take a lot of risk. You have to take to achieve this. I think once again I thank all my friends, Sandilnathan, Bharat Kumar, Kandaswamy, Suresh, Ramesh, all my friends and senior staffs, Mr. Karpaya, Rechudi, Mr. Haripriya, everything giving me opportunity to share my experience and knowledge. I think I don't wasted your time. I think it should be useful. And thank you and thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. There is a questions from in the chat box, sir. Sir? Sir?
The maximum height of the tree is any maximum. The mostly the trees like fibrous root system should not be a deep root system. The height can be about 20 feet, 30 feet, won't be issue. The weight can be up to 2-3 tons. The palm trees usually you won't get much trees, but they should be transplanted, put in a bag. It should be climatized in the nursery. immediately you uproot a tree and you can't put in the terrace. It should be uprooted in the ground level. It should be bagged in the nursery, pre-grown for 6 months or 1 year. From that developed trees only we can transplant in the terrace. Because terrace we plant instant trees. If you uproot and directly transfer to the terrace, the tree will die. But any height can be planted.
Okay, so another question, sir. These roof gardens be installed in old buildings or
Not we
on
can't do in
pre-existing?
old buildings. We can't do in old buildings. Sorry. This should be, it can be installed the new buildings. In the case, you have to plant initially before basement. That you have to do the load calculation, give the calculation to the architect, structural consultant. The initial stage of a new plan, you want to do a residential project or commercial, initially you have to do. Once you finish the project, this is out. You can't do this. Only you can keep water plants or minimum lawn. Those things only. I am talking about this is 100% terrace landscape. This is highly civil oriented. 50 to 60% civil, 40% is softscape and hardscape.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. R. Sendilnathan, Organizing Secretary, Department of Horticulture, to thank the speaker. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Prakash. You have presented a wonderful presentation related to the new vistas in vertical and terrace garden. It is very much useful for the students, especially for the BS Agriculture, Horticulture, MS Horticulture students, and other industry peoples. Okay, you have delivered a nice lecture, and your photos and the valuable time you have spent for this is very what do you say? Something extraordinary work you have done, and everything is very well. You have made it, and very useful information you have given. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Prakash.
So now I request Dr. J.R. Bharatkumar, Co-Organizing Secretary, Department of Horticulture, to honor our Senior Professor, Dr. P. Karpaya, Department of Horticulture, who is our mentor all the time. Please, sir.
We have been listening to eminent speakers deliberating on startups in horticulture industry. Now I request Dr. B. Madanakumari, Professor, Assistant Professor in Horticulture, for briefing the concluding remarks and workshop report. Please, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to all. In today's International Virtual Conference on Startups in Horticulture Industry, we had 3 sessions. In the first session, Dr. Subbu Kumarappan from Ohio State University, USA, delivered a wide lecture about integration of supply chain, various websites of startups, and about empowering farmers and transparency in accountability. From his lecture, we gained knowledge about indoor or controlled environmental agriculture, aggregation of farm produce, and crop-specific supply chain. He fed us about sickle innovations, cold storage, drying and dehydration, aquaponics, and mainly about plant-based meat alternatives, that is, good diet foods. In the second session, we had a thought-provoking lecture by Dr. Jitendra Singh, Head, Department of Fruit Science, College of Horticulture and Forestry, Rajasthan. From his lecture, we learned about extent of vegetable production, spice cultivation, food processing and floriculture status in India. He gave a world scenario about hunger and malnutrition. He enlightened us with entrepreneurial opportunities in horticulture and also about input utilized in precision farming. We thank you very much, sir. In the third session, Mr. G. Prakash, Director of Etika Developers Chennai, narrated about various planting methods, how to select plants or trees, lawn making, and how to perfectly finish the terrace landscaping. And he also explained about the problems in terrace landscaping. He explained about transportation of trees from nursery using cranes and also about types of cranes. Also shown good photographs about the residential terrace garden project, the cost of the trees, and the workout for it. He explained about the biophilic hospital in Singapore where he worked about it and he got award for it. And he explained about the challenges and scope in landscaping. And he concluded the session by explaining different types, methods, and planting of vertical garden. Thank you very much for all the participants for your patient hearing. And thank you once again for one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. I now call upon Dr. M. Rajkumar, Organizing Secretary, Department of Horticulture, to deliver the vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Good afternoon all. On behalf of our Organizing Secretary, I thank our Registrar and University authorities for giving permission to conduct this international virtual conference on startups in horticulture in 2021. Also, I thank our Dean, Faculty of Agriculture for his encouraging words and moral support for this conference. I also thank Jay Prakash Education Department for his support in this conference. I thank Professor S. Annamalai, Director, IQAC, and Professor of Department of Entomology for his support for this international conference. It's time to thank our head of the department, who is always encouraging to do different things in the department. Whenever we approach her, she says yes. That is the success of this conference. She always encouraging. Whenever Sendil or our team members approach us, she gives positive approach to us. Also, I thank our speaker and my friend Stu Kumarappan, who has delivered a very good presentation in his midnight 12 o'clock time. He has done 3 or 4 rehearsals before this conference. Also, I thank Dr. Jitendra Singh, who is my co-participant in a conference in Ludhiana. He has given a very good talk on entrepreneurship in horticulture program. Also, I thank our senior Anna Prakash for his good speech on gardening. It's time to thank our PhD scholars, Sanjeev, Arani, and my student Pradeep and Aarti and Srivasni for their very good support during this program. They are main for this technical support. Thank them. Also, I thank my team. That's Organizing Secretary and Co-Organizing Secretary. It is 9 members. We started as a simple program by sitting. Each one has contributed. It's one. I also now contributed single Amma Meshwari, Madana Kumari, Bharat Kumar, Suresh Kumar, Kandasamy, and Arivaran. Each one has contributed their role. So it is a teamwork. So it's a team. We can in Rotary we say we can, we will. So this is success of this program. I thank our senior professors, Dr. Amburani Madam, Dr. Karpaya, and Sagila Madam, the other professors, associate professor, assistant professors, PhD scholars, PG scholars, and UG students. So and non-teaching staff. So I thank everyone for their. Thank you.
Now it's time to end up the session with national anthem.
Jai